In Ramsay Street, now here on UK Gold, in the omnibus edition of Neighbours.
Neighbours, everybody needs good neighbours, with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbours should be there for one another. That's when good neighbours become good friends.
He'll be really cranky when he finds out we buried his best casserole dish for nothing.
Oh, well, look, we can dig it up for him, clean it up a bit. I'm sure he won't mind too much.
But then we'll be digging up that other poor little bunny.
Katie's right. In years to come, it'll probably be like a national shrine. The tomb of the unknown bunny.
All right, darling, put Rupert to bed and then you can hit the sack yourself. It's been enough excitement for everyone tonight.
Do I have to? Can't I stay up a bit longer?
Well, I suppose it is a special occasion. Not for too long, all right?
Yeah, what is it? Oh, Harold.
I know it's late. I tried phoning several times, but well, the line was engaged.
Yeah, that's probably because we had the phone thought.
I see. I hope I'm not disturbing anything.
Well, to be honest, you could have picked a better time. But what's the problem, mate?
It's young Skye. She seems to be missing her mother, and I thought,
Dad, hi. Is everything okay?
what is going on here?
Don't think it's any of your business, mate.
It certainly is my business. Your baby is home, crying and upset, while you're over here. I suggest you get home to your child.
Kerry, don't let him boss you around. You stay if you want to.
If Skye needs me, I have to go. But I'm going because of her, not you.
You're a rotten old wowser, you are. Always coming down on people not living the way you want them to. You do not run the world. People can do as they like, not what you tell them.
Kerry is my daughter. I'm concerned for her welfare.
Oh, like hell you are. You're concerned about making her live up to what you reckon's right. Well, she's not uptight like you are, Harold. Don't make her that way.
I will not have my daughter mixing with riffraff like you. Just keep away from her.
Boy, g'day, mate. How come you didn't use the back door?
I wasn't really sure I'd be welcome.
Oh, come on, we're past all that.
It was a bit of a loose end at home. Things are pretty quiet with Gail at Lassiter's.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm missing Beverly, too. I'm air freighting this to her. It's our anniversary.
Yeah, I knew it was your wedding anniversary. Well, ours too, in a way. Well, the day that you got married was the day that we renewed our vows, remember? So we sort of look upon that as our real wedding day.
Yeah. You bought Gail a present?
No, I doubt whether she'd accept it, Dad.
Not much fun spending your anniversary away from your wife. I can't do anything about it, but you can.
Dad, she just won't listen to me.
Maybe she doesn't like what you're saying. Perhaps you should change your tune.
Ah, so you think I should give up the deal as well?
I didn't say that. I just think that you and Gail should stop arguing about it.
I would willingly stop arguing, but it does take two to tango. Listen, seeing we're both on our own, how about we have lunch tomorrow?
I'd rather you had lunch with Gail.
Yeah, well, I doubt whether she'd come, not the way things are.
Perhaps if you made a bit of an effort to show her how much you cared, she would. Why don't you give her a call? Tell her how much you're missing her. You might get a better reaction than you expect.
I would have hoped that any daughter of mine would have had more sense than to get mixed up with someone like him.
What is wrong with Joe?
He is a loudmouth lout. Not the type that any man would want to see his daughter get mixed up with.
Well, it seems to me Kerry is old enough to make her own decisions.
I'll stay, are you?
Oh, has Skye settled down then?
She's fine. I don't know what the problem was.
She was fretting for her mother.
I have to be allowed off the hook occasionally, Dad. Surely you could have looked after for a bit longer.
Oh, why, you go running off with that overgrown larrikin?
I like Joe. He lives his life without worrying about what other people think.
You promised me that you had a purely platonic relationship with him.
I didn't say that. All I said was that you had nothing to worry about. And you haven't. I'm a big girl, Dad. I can choose my own friends. And lovers.
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. I tried to establish a good relationship between us, but Oh, no, you go off and behave in a way that you know that I'll find totally abhorrent.
You can't force me to fit your mould. You've always tried to. I mean, that's why I left home. I'm not you, I'm myself. I have to live my own life in my own way.
Oh, that's all very well, but what sort of an example are you setting, Sky?
Well, I hope that when she grows up, she'll be independent and free enough to live life as she sees fit.
Oh.
I'm not going to lay down a long list of rules and regulations for her. I'll try to respect her decisions, just the way that I wish that you'd respect mine.
Respect? You don't know the meaning of the word. You're a great disappointment to me, Kerry.
Well, I'm sorry about that, Dad. When I came looking for you, I thought that time might have mellowed you a bit. That we might have been able to get on better. Oh, look, I'm going to bed.
No, just a minute. I want you to promise me that you will have nothing more to do with him.
I can't do that.
All right, then, as your father, I forbid you to see him again.
I am not a child. You can't tell me what to do. Good night.
Kerry. Oh, dear, what am I going to do about that girl?
She's right, you know. She's not a kid.
Oh, you young people are the same. Willful, selfish, uncaring about how much I hurt other people. Well, it's a very, very sad world that we're living in these days.
Perhaps it's just the way you look at it, Harold. Kerry hasn't done anything wrong. She certainly doesn't mean to hurt you.
Well, she has. Deeply.
Thank you, gentlemen. Come back soon.
Aye.
Can't wait to sit down.
Yeah, well, got a bit busy there for a moment.
I never could have handled it and done the stock take too. Thanks for taking it off my hands.
Well, I had nothing better to do.
Wish you and Paul had sorted out your differences. Sure make my home life a bit quieter.
Are you and Rob still at odds about it?
Are we ever? He's sticking up for Paul. I'm sticking up for you. Doesn't make for much joy around the house, I can tell you.
It's our battle, not yours and Rob's. Anyway, I'm really pretty tired of talking about it. I'll do the cellar stock take in the morning.
Great. Oh, no, you don't. We're closed. Oh, sorry. I thought you were a die-hard customer.
Not tonight, Corey.
I'll clean up over here.
Yeah. I rang your room, but there was no answer. Reception told me you were here.
Stock taking?
Yeah, well, I've been doing a bit of stock taking myself about our situation. Gail, I don't like us being apart. My life just seems to be empty.
Does it? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I've now been busier.
Gail, I want you to come back home with me.
I don't think that'd be a very good idea.
Well, why not?
Because nothing has been resolved, and until it has, there's absolutely no point in me even considering coming back. I'll lock up out the back. Morning.
You don't look too bright.
I didn't sleep very well.
You probably would have slept a lot better home in your own bed.
I couldn't give in to Paul that easily. It'd be like saying I accept what he's doing. I don't see why his business obsession should run our lives. I only hope he's learned a lesson.
I don't know, love. It seems to me a marriage should be worked at. I mean, if you and Paul can't both sort things out, where's it all going to end?
But why should I be the only one to compromise? He has to change his attitude too. You know, it really hurt when he said we couldn't go on with the IVF.
Well, he only wanted to postpone it for a little while, didn't he?
Oh, are you taking his side now?
Oh, no. I just felt a bit sorry for him last night. It seemed to me he was really trying to sort things out. Made me stop and think. I went home and made up with Rob. And the good thing was he met me halfway. Like I said, it does take two to sort these things out.
Yeah. Well, maybe I should have talked to him for a bit more, but I just didn't want to get into another argument.
Well, look, the next time you see him, why don't you just give him a chance?
I'll see. Anyway, I'd better get on with the stock taking. Down the cellar.
I tried to talk to her last night, Dad. I asked her to come home. Waste of time.
Well, did you make any concessions?
How do you mean?
Well, if you want a reconciliation, you might have to give a little bit, you know?
Dad, we didn't even get a chance to discuss that. She just cut me off dead.
Well, you need to get her into a situation where she has to hear you out.
How can I? Mind you, she is working in the waterhole cellar this morning. Perhaps I should go down there and lock myself in with her.
She might resent that sort of approach. How about something a little more romantic, though? Why not take a leaf out of Mark Granger's book? He seems to know how to sweep a girl off her feet.
Yes, it didn't do him much good in the long run, though, did it? But could have a point there.
Come
Stop pushing! What's going on?
Nothing. Joe just wants to talk to you for a minute, okay? Come on.
Katie! Just the person I wanted to see.
I've got to have lunch with Gran and then going back to school.
Oh, well, you can. I just need a moment of your time.
Yeah, it won't take long, Katie.
Look, I know how upset you were about Rupert, and I would never have cooked him if I'd known he was your pet.
It's all right.
Yeah? Oh, that's good of you to let me off the hook, but I want to make it up to you.
How?
Close your eyes. Ta-da! Presto! Hey, real magician couldn't have done that better.
Katie, it's for you. Thank Mr. Mangle, will you?
Thank you.
Look, you don't have to thank me. I wanted to do the right thing. Scotty helped me pick him out. I think he looks a little bit like Rupert.
Yes, he does.
Now, let's make sure nothing happens to this one, eh? Keep the door of his hutch locked and he'll live to a ripe old age.
I will.
Good for you. Well, how about a couple of beers, Scotty? A lemonade for you, Katie? Celebrate yon arrival there?
You don't seem too pleased.
I got Rupert back.
What?
It wasn't Rupert he cooked. I got Rupert back.
Well, whatever you do, don't tell Mr. Mangle about it, okay?
No, I don't think I am overreacting. And how's Danny? Well, that sounds hopeful, doesn't it? Give him my regards, and Edna. Tell them that my thoughts and prayers are always with them. Okay, love, I'll call you later on in the week. Perhaps my migraine will be gone by then. Okay, bye, love. I love you. Kerry, I'm still not feeling the best, so I would be grateful if we could put our disagreements behind us and try and restore some tranquility to the house.
I only want to live life in harmony, Dad, but that seems impossible here. I'm sorry you're not well. Anyway, I won't be around any longer to cause you headaches.
What do you mean?
Sky and I are leaving.
Leaving? Where are you going?
Wherever. It doesn't matter much. Just so long as I can live my own life without interference.
Well, if you've made up your mind.
I have.
Can I say hello?
Of course, hi. Come in.
You're looking a little tired.
Yeah, I've just finished stock taking in the cellar, and that's enough to wear anyone out.
Yeah. I was wondering if we might have a chat.
If it's about Paul and me, I really don't want to. I'm sick of the whole subject.
Well, we don't have to talk about that. Might be nice to go for a bit of a stroll and have a natter, though.
Yeah, that'd be nice, but I can't go on my lunch break right now because Jane's at the post office.
I can wait.
Okay.
Have you seen Sky's duffel jacket? Like me to put some more cold water on that flannel for you?
I can do it myself.
Harold? Harold? Are you there?
Oh, not so loud, please.
Poor old fella fell over a big crook, is he?
What do you want?
Well, it's easy, Harold. I just thought that you and Joe might like to have a bit of a talk.
I don't think we have anything to say to each other.
Oh, I reckon we do, Harold. I want to keep seeing your daughter, but I don't want to keep bluing about it. All I'm asking for is a fair go.
No, it's too late for that.
Oh, come on.
Kerry is leaving.
Leaving? Where for?
I don't know. I doubt that she does either.
Well, when's she leaving?
Shortly, I think.
Well, she was going to come and say goodbye to me, wasn't she?
Well, I don't know. My relationship with my daughter has been totally destroyed, and I lay the blame for that totally at your doorstep.
Look, if anyone's wrecked things between you and Kerry, it's you, mate, not me.
I don't have to listen to you. Get out.
The truth hurts, don't it? See you around, Scotty. You do me a favour? Tell Kerry I'd like to see you.
You and Kerry have another row. I was quite prepared to call a truce, but she wasn't.
Did you try and talk her into staying?
Well, why should I? She said she's old enough to make her own decisions. Well, if she's decided to leave, then okay. I'm not going to beg her to stay.
You don't want her to go, do you?
What I want seems to be beside the point.
Harold, if you let her go now, you may never see her again, or Sky.
It's entirely up to her. It's the way she wants it, then so be it. She's quite obviously just not going to take any notice of me. Just leave me in peace, will you? My head's pounding.
Got to the stage now when I really enjoy my apprenticeship classes. I mean, I felt like an idiot first, being the oldest guy there. Nobody else seemed to mind, so why should I?
Yeah, I think it's terrific that you're doing it. Although I bet it gets a bit hard with Dad telling you what to do all the time at the workshop.
We have our moments. We get on all right.
Yeah, I know what a difficult man he can be.
This is the anniversary of the day we renewed our vows, remember?
I remember.
I thought we might have a little lunch together.
You were in on this, weren't you?
I just asked you for a walk and a chat, and it was very pleasant too. But now I must go and get ready for my Arvo at Tech. I'll see you both later.
See you, Jim.
Please, join me. Gail, what harm can a little lunch do? I even got the chef to prepare your favourite food.
You've got a date.
Jim! Oh, Jim, may I have a word?
Well, I'm running short of time, really.
Oh.
You all right?
Oh, just having one of my headaches, but that's not my main worry.
Well, you better come in.
Thank you, Jim. I have to get back inside before Kerry leaves. I won't take her much time.
Kerry off somewhere?
Yes, he's leaving Erinsborough. That's what I want to talk to you about.
Right. Shame about that headache.
Yeah, I've taken something for it, but this isn't helping.
Well, what made Kerry decide to leave so soon? You two having
Oh, I
problems?
can't cope with it, Jim. I love her dearly, but I just can't stand the way she lives.
Well, sooner or later, I think all parents feel that way about their kids.
Yeah, but David is so different. He's made me so proud of him. I shouldn't admit this, of course, but Kerry was almost my favourite. Oh, she was such a cute little girl, Jim. We got on so well. She used to rush up onto my lap and cuddling close and tell me how much she loved me. But then she grew up.
Well, don't they all?
I was so protective toward her, Jim. Maybe I was too strict, I don't know, but I wouldn't let her go out with boys until she was 17, and I know she resented that violently. In the end, she just ended up doing things to defy me. Anyway, we grew further and further apart. Now there just doesn't seem to be any meeting of the ways.
So why she's leaving?
Oh, we keep arguing about Joe Mangle. We can't bear to see her so involved with him.
Well, you can't live a life for her, Harold. They have to learn by their own mistakes.
But how far am I supposed to compromise my own principles? Scott said I might not see Kerry or Sky again. What do you think, Jim? As a father?
Well, Harold, I guess it all boils down to how much you love her.
I worry about her, you know.
She'll be all right. I'll make sure of that.
I worry about you, too.
And I'll keep in touch.
Will I see you again?
I don't know.
But it seems such a pity. I mean, we were apart for so long.
Look, we'd better go.
Do you have to? I mean, won't you reconsider?
But, Dad, we're not getting on.
I'll make a bigger effort. Really, I will. Please don't go. I want you to stay.
Dad, it isn't working, okay? Well, I'm sorry, but it isn't. Look, it's not that I want to go.
Well, don't!
I can't handle it, Dad. You're on my back all the time. You want... Well, I don't know what it exactly is that you do want. Some girl you've cooked up in your imagination, but it isn't me. I've got to have my own space.
You will from now on, I promise, really.
Yeah, you say that now.
I mean it. Please don't go. Please.
If I stay, you won't interfere with the way I bring up Sky?
No.
And you won't say anything about me going around barefoot?
I promise.
And I can see who I want when I want, and that includes having friends over here sometimes.
By friends, I take it you mean Joe Mangle.
By friends, I mean friends. But yeah, Joe's one of my mates. All my life, you've been bombarding me with your rules and regulations. Well, now it's my turn to make a few demands. If I'm going to continue to live here, then those are my conditions. Now, do you want us to stay or not?
I want you to stay.
Good. Now, I'll go and unpack them.
Hillary! Surprise, surprise. Well, I imagine I'm the last person you expected to see.
Well, what are you doing in Erinsborough?
Oh, a librarians' conference. They've put me up in this terrible hotel. Nothing like Lassiter's. If I'd known how bad it was going to be, I would have stayed here. I mean, anything would be better than where I am.
Still the same, Hillary?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. But how about you? Katie's been writing and telling me all the news, so I knew you were much improved. But I must say you're better than I even expected. You're not here on your own, though, are you?
Yes, well, of course I am, but I do have this. Bronwyn has the other one. I'm supposed to radio her if I get into any difficulty so that she can call out the troops.
Oh, I think that's rather childish. I don't think you should be here on your own.
But I insisted. After the mothering that I'm getting from Jim and the others, it's lucky if I'm allowed to blow my own nose.
Oh, Helen, you can't blame them for being worried. I would have thought you would have been pleased.
I am, Hillary, but I do need my independence.
Well, let's have some tea and you can fill me in on the news.
Oh, I'm afraid I was going out.
Out? Helen, do you think that's very wise?
I was only going to the office.
Oh, dear, I was looking forward to a long chat. And I've let the taxi go, and I have no idea when I'm going to have any free time while I'm here.
Hillary, why don't you make yourself a cup of tea and wait for me? I won't be long.
First of all, tell me about Madge's father. Oh, I know he's an irritating old wretch, but you don't like to think of people being ill.
Yes, well, his condition has stabilized, but he's still on the critical list.
So Madge won't be back for a while?
Not for some weeks, I should think.
Oh, it's rather difficult for a husband.
But his daughter's living with him.
Yes, so Katie told me, and she's seeing that Joe Mangle. Well, I can imagine the sort of girl she is.
Oh, Hillary, I think you're underestimating her.
Well, I'm always willing to give anyone the benefit of the doubt until proved otherwise, you know that. But I can't imagine she's looking after Harold the way Madge would have. I mean, can the girl cook?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. Oh, that reminds me. I was thinking of making him a vegetable pie for dinner tonight, but I don't think that my arm is up to rolling out the dough.
Helen, you shouldn't even be attempting such a thing. I know. I'll do it for you while you're out.
Well, don't go to any trouble.
It will be no trouble. I love doing things for people. Well, you know I'm known for my generosity.
Here's to our second year, hoping it's even better than our first.
Well, right now, that wouldn't be too hard, would it?
Gail.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. I didn't mean that the way it sounded.
I am trying to make up for the way I have been behaving lately.
I know you are. To tell you the truth, after all that's been happening, I wasn't sure whether you'd remember our anniversary. I didn't know whether you'd want to remember.
Does this look like I don't?
You didn't have to go to all this expense.
Well, I wanted to, all right?
Well, that's what I mean. Things are supposed to be tight at the moment. I'm not supposed to spend any money, but when you decide to buy caviar and champagne, it's all right.
Come on. It's our anniversary. It's a once-off.
There's something else I'd much rather the money go towards, and you know it.
Oh, I don't believe this. I can't do anything right, can I?
All I'm saying is that there seems to be one set of rules for you and another one for me.
I don't know how many times we've been through this, Gail. The IVF program is an ongoing expense. This...
Yes, it's a once-off, I know, you've told me. In other words, you're prepared to make a gesture to get me back, but what I want doesn't really matter.
Hang on, it's a two-way street. What about what I want?
Oh, yes, we all know about that. It's all we've been hearing about for weeks.
Gail, nobody is saying that you should abandon the idea of having a baby. I'm just asking you to postpone it for a while. I mean, how often do you think an opportunity like this arises? It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You either grab it or you spend the rest of your life regretting it.
And how many chances am I going to have at having a baby, Even the chances of the IVF, there's no guarantee of success. And every day the chances get smaller and smaller. At least I know what I'm after is really worth having. I don't have to walk all over my friends and family to get it.
Hello, Jane.
Helen, if you're looking for Paul and Gail, they haven't come back yet.
Oh. Is something wrong?
No, not really.
Jane.
Mark flew back to the States this morning.
Oh, dear.
I returned to him all the jewellery he gave me, but he sent it back, along with a note.
Would you read it for me, please?
Darling Jane, I still feel the same about you as I did when I gave you these, so I really would like you to keep them in the memory of the time we had together. I'll miss you all my love, Mark.
What a lovely gesture.
Yeah.
If you don't mind my saying so, you sound like someone who's beginning to think she may have made a mistake.
I don't know, Helen, I really don't. It's the whole trouble. I thought I was doing the right thing, but now I just don't know.
Did you break off your engagement because of what Rosemary told you?
Why?
Well, she isn't the most objective person to listen to when it comes to the subject of Mark Granger.
Well, why's that?
Well, they went out together for a while. Oh, it was over long before he met you, but she was very hurt, quite badly by the sound of it. I'm not saying that necessarily had any effect on what she told you.
I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, you.
Yeah. Well, Scott said you wanted to see me.
Yeah, flaming great that is. Only find out if your old man that you're shooting through. You don't discuss it with me first. Look, I know we've only been together for a short while. I thought we had something going. Guess I was wrong.
Have you finished? Well, have you?
Yeah, reckon I've had my say.
Right. Well, for a start, you're getting yourself all worked up over nothing because I'm not going anywhere.
Hey?
That's right. Dad and I have had a talk, we've sorted a few things out, and I've decided to stay.
Well, it's fantastic.
But if I had been going, I would have come to say goodbye, okay?
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, for the rest of it, I didn't discuss it with you because it wasn't any of your business.
Oh, come on. A bloke's got a right to know what's going on.
Oh, I have just sorted all of this out with Dad. But I can see I'm going to have to set you straight on a few things too.
Like what?
Like I am quite capable of living my own life. And I don't appreciate you or Dad or anyone else interfering, okay?
Yeah. I reckon I can wear that.
Well, good.
How about celebration kiss?
No, I see what they've done. Instead of giving a fresh invoice for January, they've just duplicated December's.
Oh.
Don't worry, I'll give them a ring and sort it out.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good day.
Have you got those papers ready for signature, Paul?
Yep, sure have. They're inside. I'll just get them. There's a couple of little exclusions I want to go through with you first, though. I've just got a quick phone call to make, so why don't you read through them?
I will. Mark went back to the States today, did you know?
Yes. You certainly arranged that well, didn't you?
I beg your pardon?
Rosemary, don't you think it would have been a little bit fairer if you'd have told me that you and Mark went out together before you handed me all that good advice about us breaking up?
You're saying I was jealous of you. Is that it?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Just because you can't hold a relationship together doesn't give you the right to spoil it for everyone else.
How dare you?
What's going on?
Everything that I said to you was for your own good, purely and simply.
Yeah, well, I just don't believe that.
Just calm down.
Paul, I will not be spoken to like that.
Look, if you both just back off for a
I
second...
want her fired.
What?
You heard me. I want her out of here right now.
Oh, come on, Rosemary.
You won't do it? Is that it?
Look, if you calm down for a second...
Then I don't need to bother with these, do I? And as far as I'm concerned, if Derek Morris wants the Australian end of the Daniels Corporation, he's got it.
You like that, don't you? Yes, you do. You really...
Come in. He won't bite you, will you, Dad?
No. No, of course not.
In fact, he's got something to say to you about when you were here before. Haven't you, Dad?
What? Oh, yes. I really am very sorry for being rude to you. And, of course, you realise that you're quite welcome to come here any time you like.
Oh, that's real decent of you, Harold. I don't believe a word they say about you.
Now, that's much better. Now, why don't you two get to know each other a bit more and I'll go and see what there is to eat. You might even get to like each other.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, then, why don't you sit down, Joe? Yes.
Yeah, don't mind if I do.
Do you mind?
Sorry?
No, it's all right. Nothing? Well, then, how was work today?
No work. No, I had the day off. The electrician went on strike. Yeah. Out on strike. Just like that.
Out like a light, eh?
How's that?
Electrician, you see. Out like a light.
Oh, yeah. Right. Oh, good one. Yeah.
So, how are you two getting on?
Oh, yes. Great. Harry and I have been having a nice chat.
Oh, good. See, I told you you'd get along if you just made the effort.
Yeah.
Sorry about dinner, though. We're going to have to eat out. There's not much in the fridge.
Oh, no problem.
No. I'm afraid you're going to have to miss me out on that one. You know, Edith Chubb is coming over after her shift. I think she wants to talk to me about the coffee shop.
Oh, I don't know. Madge out of town. I'd be careful if I was you. Eh? Married man on the loose. She'd see you as fair game.
Oh, yeah.
Well, looks like it's just me and the two prettiest girls in Erinsborough.
No, that's all right. No, she can stay with me, really.
No, look, we'll take her. Give you a break. Besides...
Come on, Sky. Whoa.
Oh,
Whee.
she might get in the way of you, Mrs. Chubb. See ya.
Bye, Harry.
Bye-bye.
Come on, Sky.
Electrician, you see. You see, out like... No, it doesn't matter.
Of everyone, I thought I could trust you. I just can't believe you talked to Jane about my personal life like that. Now she thinks the only reason I told her to break it off with Mark is out of sour grapes.
Are you so sure that it isn't?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Mum!
Darling, as far as I'm concerned, it's the only thing that can explain your behavior today. And I mean explain, not excuse. Well, I will say one thing for you. There are very few things that you've done in your life to make me ashamed of you, but this is one of them. And trying to get Jane fired and backing down on your promise to Paul to sell the company.
Maybe I overreacted a little bit.
No, you overreacted a lot. So unprofessional of you. It isn't like you.
Well, perhaps it's time I was a little more unprofessional. I mean, it's funny, isn't it, how everything balances out.
Success in one thing so often means failure in another. That Rosemary Daniels, you know, one of the brightest corporate stars around. I mean, it's a pity her personal life, such a disaster area.
Darling, I know it hurts.
Mother, that's got to be the understatement of the year.
Yes, but Paul and Jane are not the people to take it out on. You know they aren't.
Oh, Harold, not stopping, darling. Just wanted to give you this veggie pie while it's still warm. Oh, seems I've been beaten to it, have I?
You certainly have. Oh, well, you can always keep yours for tomorrow. I doubt if reheating it will make much difference to the flavour.
Is that a fact?
Oh, yes. Mine is made to a good country recipe. It stands to reason Mr. Bishop would prefer a freshly baked homemade pie to some packet job you've picked up in the supermarket.
Oh, mine's as fresh and homemade as yours. Oh, have you know my ancestors back in Ireland were making veggie pies while yours were still living in caves?
What utter nonsense. I'm sure I know which pie Mr. Bishop will prefer.
Ladies, please.
Oh, there's only one way we're going to settle this, you know.
There certainly is.
It's just so petty. I can't believe Rosemary'd behave like that.
Well, I'm here to tell you that she did.
It's all my fault. Shouldn't have spoken to her the way I did. After all, she is the boss.
Yes, well, I have to agree that's not one of the smartest things you've done, Jane. But she had no right in ordering me to sack you. It was personal between you and her. After all, she's the one that's always carrying on about not mixing business with pleasure, isn't she?
What's pleasure got to do with it? They were arguing about love. Believe me, the two things are totally separate. I'm just glad that you didn't give in to her this time.
Why? Did you think I might? You reckon the deal means that much to me, do you?
Paul, I'm the one who knows most of all how much it means to you. All I'm saying is I'm just glad that this time you got your priorities right.
Gail, I have always had my priorities right.
Look, now you're both arguing because of me.
It's not because of you, Jane.
I've been thinking and I've decided the best thing is if I just resign.
No.
No way.
Paul, I can't let you lose the company. Now, if I just resign, then you won't have to sack me and Rosemary will get what she wants.
Pro Rosemary?
Look, there's a good chance that once she calms down, she's going to change her mind anyway.
No, she won't. Once she makes up her mind about something, that's it.
Well, I'm just going to have to get her to unmake it, aren't I?
It won't work. I know it won't. Look, it's about time I moved on to something else anyway. I'll stay till the end of the week. Give you time to find someone else.
Jane?
Well?
Delicious. I just had to eat both of them.
That's a cop-out.
It certainly is.
Oh, but I ate them both, surely that says it all.
You only ate them both because you were frightened of what we'd say if you didn't.
Exactly. You must have liked one more than the other.
Oh, what about the sweet potato in mine? Don't you think that gave that extra tang, huh?
Sweet potato? I always use pumpkin.
Yeah, I find that goes a bit mushy.
Oh, ladies, please, please.
Oh, really? That does say it all, doesn't it? If that's the way our cooking makes you feel.
I've just eaten a little bit.
Oh, it's the last time I do anyone any favours, that's for sure.
A little too much, that's all.
Well, I don't know about you, but I have no intention of staying around to be insulted.
I'm with you.
Good evening.
That's a matter of opinion. The secret with pumpkin is that you need to slice it very thinly, then fry it.
Fry it?
Fry it. Yeah? Yes, definitely. Look, the way you do it is this. I would suggest buying a smaller portion of pumpkin rather than a whole.
What was old Pumpkinhead doing here?
Oh, Miss Robinson, I'm not sure.
What was all that about?
Oh, don't ask me. Did you have a nice time?
Yeah, it was great. But we didn't forget about you. I brought you back a nice veggie pie for your supper.
Oh, good.
Well, you're just going to have to tell her that you don't want her to leave. It's as simple as that.
You heard me. I did try. Look, Jane isn't just a good worker. She's a damn good friend.
I know she is. Anyway, at least the rest of it's finally settled.
Ah, yes. Yes. I thought that would appeal to you.
Well, in a way, isn't it a relief that you haven't got all that worry hanging over you and things can finally start getting back to normal?
That's all you're worried about, isn't it? I mean, I bet you're glad that the whole thing blew up like this.
What?
Things have turned out pretty perfectly for you, haven't they?
Oh, Paul, come on.
You know, I cannot help but notice the difference between you and Jane.
What are you talking about?
Jane was prepared to throw in her job so that I wouldn't lose the deal, but you I haven't had 1 inch of support from you the whole time. Now, maybe that's your idea of what a wife's all about, but it sure as hell isn't mine.
Gail, something wrong?
No, I'm just giving myself an early mark.
Rosemary, look, as far as I'm concerned, if Derek Morris wants this business, he can have it.
Right. Okay, he does still want it. But I don't want to sell it to him.
No, I'm sorry, you're not making much sense.
I made a mistake. I let my emotions influence my decision.
No, I'm still not with you.
Paul, I know you're the best person for the Daniels Corporation. I want you to have it, if you still want it.
Of course I still want it.
I shouldn't have succumbed to my feelings like that. I mean, it's impossible to run a business that way.
Yeah, what about Jane?
I was unfair. She's welcome to stay on.
Trouble is, she's resigned. She didn't want to force me to sack her.
Right, well then I'd better visit her and see if I can persuade her to come back.
Rosemary, she is not going to respond to cheap tricks like pay rises.
Oh, okay. But she might respond to an apology.
Hey, did you hear about the Lassiter's Baby Beautiful competition?
What?
Well, you should enter Jamie, Des.
Well, why not you? You're beautiful. Baby. Can't you say that stuff till after we've eaten? What's wrong, Clarky? Can't you cope with a bit of mush?
No, seriously, Des. Jamie would thrash him.
I don't believe in that junk parading babies around like they're pets or something. Next thing you know, they'll have a special award at the Royal Show. People could go into the baby pavilion and watch them being groomed.
Oh, and then they'll lead them around the ring on a leash.
Yes, and the winner is, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Blue Ribbon Award winner, is Erinsborough's Jamie Clark.
Blue Ribbon pretty good, eh? Mike.
G'day, stranger. Welcome back. Hey. What happened? You had a fight with a lawnmower. Yeah. Talk about dropping in when you least expect it.
How are you, Des?
Haven't heard from you in weeks. Starting to worry.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was great.
Are you guys stars yet?
We have dinner guests now, do we?
Oh, you mean Henry? He's staying here for a while.
Oh, I'll sleep on the couch then.
No. I'm not staying in your room.
Very cosy.
Would you like something to eat? There's plenty.
No, maybe later. I'll just unpack first, I think.
What, are you going to say hello to Jamie?
Yeah, maybe later.
Oh, that man! Man saw this place, she had a heart attack. I'm usually very polite to visitors. You'll excuse me if I make an exception this time.
Can I talk to you, Jane?
Is there any point?
Yes. May I come in? Firstly, I thought you should know that Paul is buying the corporation.
Good for him.
And secondly, I owe you an apology. Look, the advice I gave you about your marriage was not entirely objective. I was still hurting from what happened between Mark and me, and I was jealous, and I'm sorry.
Well, it's decent of you to say so.
And I'm not sure you would have survived Madame Granger in her social set anyway. They're emotional piranhas, Jane, and they would never have made you feel good enough for Mark.
Yeah, I think I picked up on that myself. If I went through wondering if I was good enough, wouldn't have been much of a marriage, would it?
How'd you get away from the Duchess?
The Duchess?
Aunt Edie. I heard joke all of that. Cool name, eh?
I reckon. Well, I told her I was going to study at the library, which is closer to the truth than I usually get.
Oh, well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
We seem to be doing much studying anyway.
I'm just glad we're back together, that's all.
Me too.
You know, knowing I'll see you every day is about all that's keeping me at school.
There's only this year and next year to go.
Nothing we learn about makes any sense. Not in the real world, anyway. All I want to do is paint, but that's not enough to get me through year 12.
You can still paint in your spare time.
It means more to me than that, Shaz. And Helen's really opened my eyes about painting, and I know for a fact that it isn't supposed to sit around in the garage gathering dust.
Well, what about the coffee shop?
That's where you buy pies, not paintings. All I want to do is show people what I can do.
I think I know a way you could tour your art all over the place.
How?
Well, first thing in the morning, I'm going to pay a visit on Erinsborough's most famous patron of the arts. It's finished.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, that was hardly worth waiting up for, was it?
Yeah. Thought it'd be all right with Richard Gere in it.
Look, I'm beat. I'm going to go and check on the little bloke and hit the sack.
Okay. No. So, tell me about your tour. Did you get good crowds?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Were you going to make a single or a video?
Oh, I doubt it.
Well, I'm feeling a bit tired myself. I suppose I better get the dishes done.
Well, I'll do it if you like. You know, if you're tired.
Oh, thanks, Henry. I'd really appreciate it.
It's all right.
Mwah. No.
No. Well, here's one leopard who's certainly changed his spots. What? Oh, I never thought I'd see the day when you had your hands in the sink, Henry. Oh, you can wash if you like. I'll dry. Well, I'm surprised you even understand the process. You were so keen to let Madge do all that, weren't you? I'm not living with Mum anymore. I'm sharing. I've got to learn to pull my weight. Oh, I see. Well, seeing as though you're in such a domesticated sort of mood, how about moving all your stuff out of my room? Sure, yeah. We didn't have much space in our room. Didn't think you'd mind. Yeah, well, I do mind, Henry. You know, you've moved in on my girl, you've moved into my home. My room's about all I have left.
So, you back to stay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, great. I could really use you at the coffee shop, mate. Until you go back to uni, anyway.
Well, Des, I'll be earning my keep playing saxophone from now on. I'm only going to have to do a couple of gigs a week.
All right.
Oh, all clear, Mike. Good, about time. Now all we have to do is work out where to store it.
What do you want about?
Well, it seems as though one room wasn't enough for Henry, so he decided to pile a whole of his junk into my room. Well, it's only temporary. I haven't quite settled in yet. More like you've taken over to me.
No. Mike's got a point. I mean, this is his home. You've got to respect his rights.
He wasn't even here.
I don't want to argue about it. You're the new member of the household. You've got to fit in.
Well, it doesn't look like I'm doing a very good job of it, does it? I'll see yous.
What about your brekkie?
I'll get something later.
Bye.
Enjoy your meal.
That wasn't very fair, Des. Henry's been trying really hard to adjust.
Doubt if he even knows the meaning of the word.
No, mate, no. Bronny's got a point. He has been trying really hard.
Well, not hard enough, Des. You know, I was really looking forward to coming home. But now that Henry lives here, it doesn't really feel like home at all, does it? I'd known you were coming, I'd rolled out the red carpet.
Are you okay?
What? Yes, I'm fine. How are you? I was just singing.
Didn't sound like singing.
That's what they all say.
Henry, what's up?
Everything's been just great since I moved in with Bronny. Then Mike comes home. Boy.
Oh, Mike's home. Great.
Spends every second reminding me whose home it really is.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't have expected you as a house guest. Don't forget he had a thing going with Bronwyn first.
Well, that's life, Jane. She ended up wanting me. That's no
I'm
crime.
not taking sides. He'll be all right. He's probably just tool-lagged or something.
More like a total personality change. Goes off as Dr. Jekyll, comes back as Mr. Hyde.
Not bad, huh?
I don't know. Everything's been just fine. My whole life finally come together. It's like God looks down and says, "Ha ha, Henry Ramsay seems happy. Must do something about that."
I'm sure God's got better things to do than spoil your fun.
Come on, Jane, we don't want to be late.
Yeah, okay. Got an appointment in the city. Better go. See ya.
See ya.
She's seen better days, hasn't she, Henry?
You can say that again.
Of course. A new paint job would give her a whole new lease of life.
I can't even afford to varnish the door handles.
What if you could get her repainted for free and have her looking like no other car in the country?
What if?
Nick's interested in creating some mobile art.
Yeah? Why?
Well, I really want to get serious about my painting. Show people what I can do.
He could transform Bertha into a moving masterpiece.
Yeah, well, I just thought it might catch someone's eye, you know, get them talking. Who's that guy who paints the cars?
And who's that cool dude who drives one?
Sounds pretty good to me.
You mean it?
You bet. When can you start? Well, I've got 2 free periods after lunch. Perfect. I'll be finished my rounds then, and I'm not on at the waterhole till dinner.
Then it's a deal.
Put her there, partners. Hey.
Good morning.
Morning.
Have you done all this today?
That's right.
You must have come in at dawn.
I always like to leave a clean house.
Oh, Gail, what does that mean?
I'll make sure everything's been processed before the new management comes in.
Well, the new management's the existing management. I mean, Paul and I have sorted out our differences.
Oh. I see.
The deal's going through anyway, which must come as a relief to you both.
To Paul, maybe.
But surely the fate of the business was worrying you too.
Yeah, of course it was. Paul's a workaholic. He puts work before everything, including me.
Oh, Gail, you can patch that up.
I have no desire to patch it up. In fact, I'd like to get as far away from Paul Robinson as I possibly can. You once asked me to work with you in New York.
Yes, yes. You would have been an asset over there.
You want to ask me again?
Great. Thanks a lot.
So, what was it like on the road? Still haven't told us anything.
It was all right.
How did it compare to teaching high school?
Chalk and cheese.
Did you have to beat the groupies off with the cricket bat?
Bronwyn, can't you take a hint? I don't really want to talk about it, okay?
But you're a completely different person from the one who went away.
Is that so, is it?
Well, you are to me.
Maybe I was due for a change. Hi, Mike. Mr. Muir. Harold won't be long. He and his partner are doing the stock take in the kitchen.
Mike, there have been some developments in this business about young Jesse Ross, if you'd care to hear about them.
Yeah. It's okay.
I did some checking into her home environment. I spoke to her father, in fact.
And?
Well, I can understand how you found yourself in the situation you found yourself in.
You can, huh?
Mind you, I still think you lost control. It all went much too far. However, because of the mitigating circumstances, I didn't feel it was appropriate to file a complaint.
So what have you done?
Nothing. Your slate is still clean. You're free to return to the university without any fear of disciplinary action.
Well, thanks. I really appreciate it. Not that it's going to do much good, because I don't think I'll go back to uni. You ready?
Yeah, sure. Come on, Jamie. Sorry. What do you mean?
Did I just hear what I thought I heard? About the university? Yeah. I'm afraid so. The young man says he's not returning, which could mean he's throwing his future away.
But it doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's all he's ever wanted.
Speaking about wanting, is there any chance of a bun and a cup of coffee?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks for coming along to the meeting, Jane. I think it impressed them that we took notes all the way through.
I'll type it up, then it'll impress them even more.
Hi. Been great.
You seem pretty pleased with yourself.
Yeah, well, I guess I am. See, Rosemary changed her mind.
Yes, I heard all about it. Congratulations.
Thanks. Look, can I talk to you for a minute?
It's a free country.
I just want to say how sorry I am about my everything. I can't believe that I treated somebody I love so much so badly. And what I said yesterday was way out of line. Gail, will you look at me? Is there any way that we can sort this out?
I don't think so.
Well, surely what we have together is worth saving.
Had, Paul. As far as I'm concerned, we have nothing together anymore.
What about our marriage?
Our marriage no longer exists.
You can't mean that.
Why not? Because your ego won't accept it.
It's not a matter of ego. I love you. I want us to be together.
Well, I'm afraid that'll be impossible. You'll just have to settle for the occasional postcard.
What are you talking about?
When Rosemary returns to New York, I'm going with her. I've accepted a position in America.
What's this? Kangaroo fan letter?
No, I'm writing to Dad.
Oh, Dad.
What are you telling him about me?
am. As a matter of fact, I am.
What are you telling him? Just look.
No, Henry.
No, come on, give me a look. Oh, hey, if you two are going to carry on, can you do it somewhere else? Oh, sorry, mate. You know how it is. No, I don't, Henry.
Hey, look, we said we were sorry. We're only having some fun.
Yeah, well, you have your fun. I can't concentrate around here. Now, has anyone seen my helmet? I want to go for a burn on the bike.
You think that's wise, Mike? You're feeling a bit cranky?
What are you, my mother? Here it is. Jeez, it's pretty ding. What'd you do? Hit a semi. Henry, that's my spare.
What about this one?
Thanks. You know, I'm getting pretty sick of your wisecracks.
Not wisecracks, they're just me.
Well, maybe it's just you I'm getting sick of.
I think you ought to lighten up a bit, Mike. You're going to go bald with stress problems.
Henry, I'm not interested in your advice, OK? But if you want to take some of mine, just stay out of my way.
Just don't understand that guy anymore. Was he jealous or something?
I don't know, he could be. It's been like this to everyone.
He's got something on his mind. If I can get him by himself, I'll try and talk it out. Anyway, better push off. I want to check on Bertha before I walk to work.
She conked out.
No, she's having a facelift.
What?
You'll find out. And listen, don't go too overboard with your dad. Don't make me out to be too wonderful.
There's no danger of that. Mwah.
See ya.
Bye. I'll bring you over a snack later.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Hey, Henry!
Okay, Shaz, how's it going?
Oh, really well, really well. Now, close your eyes. Close your eyes, come on, trust me.
What's going
trust
on?
me. You've got to see this. You've got to see it. Okay. Hold it. All right? Now keep them closed, all right?
Well, what's it look like? It's got death skulls, has it? A couple of hula girls, perhaps? Ta-da! Is it finished?
Well?
Well? It's great! It's magic! It's the most incredibly brilliant thing that could ever have happened. I mean, you like it? No, it means I don't have to walk to work now.
Oh, come on, it's photos time. Okay? Ready?
When did you say that? Oh, really? And you think that's what she's doing? God, that's a relief. Yeah, thanks, Gloria. No, I appreciate it. Bye.
What'd she say?
Well, she thinks Gail's bluffing. In fact, Gloria suggested that she teach me a lesson.
What do you think?
Well, it's the only explanation, isn't it?
I don't know, Paul. She sounded pretty serious. And she did say she knows New York well enough to make it her home.
Her home is here with me. We've put a lot of time and effort into our relationship.
Time and effort. Paul, marriage is not a business deal. It takes love and respect.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I told her that I love her, and she knows what she means to me.
She obviously doesn't think it's enough.
No, this has got to be a bluff. Well, she can't just throw everything away. There's too much at stake.
Can I get you another drink, buddy?
No, thanks.
Oh, my shout.
I said no, didn't I?
All right. Why are you so touchy all of a sudden? You weren't wearing that helmet when I got dinged, were you?
Hey, Henry, I thought I warned you about your wisecracks, all right?
I'm just trying to lighten you up a bit.
Well, don't bother. I'm fine the way I have things.
Overstatement of the year.
Why can't you just leave me alone?
I'm a mate, aren't I?
Well, you won't be if you don't leave me alone.
Look, you're going to have to tell someone sooner or later. Why don't you just talk it over with me?
Talk what over?
Whatever it is that's bothering you.
There's nothing bothering me, Henry, except you, that is.
Just trying to help.
Yeah, well, you'll help yourself to a fat lip if you're not careful. Think that's funny, do you?
Funny? It's hysterical. Mates don't go around knocking each other's blocks off.
Well, let's just say we're not mates anymore.
Fine, so we hate each other's guts. Good. Well, what are you waiting for? Come on, plant one on the chin. I dare you. Come on, hit me. Right here. Come on.
Hi, Mike. Where's Henry? What happened? You all right?
I don't know.
Well, did you fall?
Yes, I did. After I was whacked on the chin by a former friend. What the hell's wrong with you? You gone nuts or something?
No more than you've gone deaf. I warned you, didn't I, to steer clear and mind your own business?
What's been going on?
Oh, ask Jeff Fennick here. Maybe you can work him out, I can't.
Simple. You keep your distance and there won't be any more trouble, OK?
I'll give you distance, all right? Give you so much space you won't know what to do with it.
Suits me fine. The message has finally found the brain.
Used to be a fun guy, Mike. What happened to you? I don't know what you ever saw in that bloke.
Oh, right now, neither do I. Does it hurt?
What?
Where he hit you?
Oh. Kiss it better for me.
I think you've done enough leading with your chin.
No, go on, right here. I'm a wounded man.
Any excuse.
Oh.
Sorry. What's going to happen when you come home? It's going to be impossible, all of us living under the same roof.
I know. Guess we'll just have to ignore him. We haven't got much choice.
I hope none of this is my fault. You know, maybe he's still feeling a bit jealous or something.
No. Whatever it is that's bothering him runs a lot deeper than that.
Just as long as it doesn't mess us up.
No, I won't let it. Oh.
I thought we only had one rabbit.
Mr. Mangle gave him to me. His name's Roscoe.
Hold him still, darling.
And why would Mr. Mangle give you another rabbit?
He still thinks the Rupert ended up in the casserole.
Didn't you tell him that was all a mistake?
Not yet.
Well, you must. The man's obviously feeling very guilty about the whole thing. Promise me, you'll do the right thing and tell him that Rupert is still alive.
I will.
Make sure you do.
Next.
Oh, and don't get too attached to Roscoe. I'm not turning this house into the local zoo.
It's only a little rabbit.
Yeah, you won't even know he's here.
I don't think one more pet would make much difference.
Whose side are you on?
For me, I'm just a partial observer.
Please, Uncle Jim, can't we keep him?
I'll think about it.
Thanks, Uncle Jim.
I only said I'd think about it.
Hi, Henry.
Good.
Got those bar figures for me?
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks. What's with the ice pack?
Running repairs to my jaw.
You run into something, did you?
Yes, as a matter of fact. Mike's fist.
What? What did you do that for?
You tell me. It's been really weird since you got back from that tour.
What's wrong? Looks a bit sore.
It is.
Maybe you should go see your doctor.
Nah, it's all right.
Well, you shouldn't be working. Look, I'll ring Ron and get him to take over.
Oh, it's okay. If I go home, Mike will probably arrange a black item match. I'm staying well clear.
Well, then go and visit Harold. Joe and Kerry are going out today, so he'll be looking after Sky. Probably do with the company.
Sure it's okay?
I'll ring Ron, and as soon as he gets here, you can go.
Thanks, mate.
Anything for the walking wounded? Hi, Scott.
G'day, James. Man of his times, yeah. I've read this one. I quite enjoyed it, too.
Bill Bentley was one of the unsung heroes of the First World War.
Oh, I've never heard of him.
That is why I read the book.
And the truth that nobody wanted to hear. I have to admit I haven't read this one yet.
Why don't you take that copy with you?
Yeah, I will. I remember it got a lot of media coverage, though.
Well, it was a good story. Successful businessman falsely accused in a drug scandal. Sent to prison.
And this was responsible for his eventual release. It's quite an accomplishment.
Truth was always there. I just happened to dig a little deeper than everyone else.
You know, that's what really fascinates me about investigative journalism, the chance to actually influence events you report on.
Seems I picked the right man to help me with my research.
I hope so.
Of course, the fact you came from Erinsborough helped you get the job. Did you know that?
No. Why should that make a difference?
Little local knowledge never goes astray. About 20 years ago, my father was convicted of the murder of a teenage girl here in Erinsborough. He was sent to prison where he died. He always protested his innocence, but nobody would believe him. Except me. I never doubted him for a minute. Not that that did poor old Dad much good. I couldn't do anything to help him then. I was too young. But I can now. I'm writing that book to prove that he was innocent.
I'd be glad to help.
Good. So, when can we start?
Whenever you want.
Tomorrow.
Fine, sure. How long do you think it'd take?
Who knows? I booked into Lassiter's for an indefinite stay. So, I hope the food's good.
Yeah, it's excellent, actually. But if you could handle something home-cooked on your first night in town, maybe you'd like to have dinner with my family. I'm sure they'd like to meet my new boss.
Thank you. I'd like to meet them too.
Looking good there, mate.
Yeah.
Still like a bear with a sore head. Hasn't said 2 words since I've been home.
I know.
So, Henry not back yet?
He's spending the evening at Bishop's.
I thought he couldn't stand being away from you.
How's Jamie?
Happy as Larry, sitting in his playpen, playing with all these toys. What a picture. I reckon he'd win that contest hands down.
Oh, I thought you didn't approve of baby contests, Des.
But I don't. I'm just saying I've never seen a more gorgeous kid.
All babies are beautiful.
Some are more beautiful than others.
And some fathers are more biased than others.
I am not. I'm just saying I've seen a lot of babies. It's my honest opinion that Jamie would have to be the most beautiful...
Oh, damn, I forgot to get the potatoes. We're out.
Baby. Well, I'll go and get some.
Do you mind?
No, can't live without me taties.
If they've got a nice piece of pumpkin, maybe you could get that too.
The potatoes, pumpkin, anything else?
No, that's a lot.
Mike, you all right?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell Des about punching Henry?
I didn't think it was any of his business.
We're all living under the same roof, Mike. Des has a right to know what's going on.
Stop hassling me, okay?
You've been a real pain ever since you got back. Really rude and aggressive. What happened to you while you were away?
Nothing, all right? Will you just leave me alone?
I give up.
I'm sorry, we're closed. Oh, hello, Jane.
Hi, I just caught you.
Yes, quick whip around with a mop and then you won't see me for dust.
You had a rough day, have you?
No, not really. Just that I'm babysitting young Sky tonight and I'm rather anxious to get away.
You might have some company.
Oh, yes, Henry, yes, he said he might call around. Not that I need any help, mind you.
Oh? I was told last time you babysat Sky, she gave you a hard time.
Oh, well, yes, maybe I was a little rusty at the start, but essentially it's a talent that one never loses. Mind you, I was responsible for bringing up 2 children of my own, you know?
Yes, and granddaughters are something special, aren't they?
My word, they are. Now, what can I do for you?
Oh, do you have any rolls left?
Yeah.
With Joe and Kerry going out tonight, I'd only be cooking for myself otherwise.
I think we can manage 1 or 2, eh?
Great. Many people shown interest in the baby competition?
Yes, there have been a few, mind you. If Sky was entering, I'd tell them not to bother.
Well, why not?
Well, I thought it'd be rather obvious. Whether baby would stand a chance with Sky there?
No, I mean, if you're so confident, why not put a name in?
Yeah, and why not? The first prize up for grabs, eh?
Well, I hope everyone's hungry. Bought a cheesecake for dessert. Strawberry. Don't all thank me at once.
Thanks.
Where's Brian?
She's in with Jamie. He woke up, so she's given him a bath.
Oh. Saw, Henry down the street. You two had a bit of a dust-up this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, in the interest of household harmony, do you think you could sort your problems out in future without knocking each other around?
So now it's up to Henry. If he decides to pull his head in, there shouldn't be any more trouble.
I don't think the problem's entirely his. I didn't think you'd mind Henry moving in here. Maybe I'm a bit thick. You and Bron had a thing going there for a while. It must be a bit rugged, seeing Henry with her.
There's, it doesn't bother me.
Oh. You're not feeling a bit crowded?
I'm okay.
Right. What's this about you not going back to uni? I have heard you talking to Mr. Muir in the coffee shop. You can't be serious.
Well, I might be. I don't know what I want to do at the moment.
Yeah, but you can't just throw all that study away.
Des, I'm still trying to sort myself out, okay?
Uh-huh, right, yep. I won't push. If and when you need to talk to me, you know, I'm around.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I hope this serves as a lesson to you in future not to get involved in brawls.
It wasn't a brawl. It was an unprovoked attack on an innocent bystander.
Oh, come on, you asked him, did you?
Well, I wasn't serious. Even hurts to talk.
Oh, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
Oh, thanks. Why does everything have to happen to poor old Henry? When's the world going to give me a break, Harold?
Life is what you make it yourself, my boy. I mean, why do you think there are winners and some people get lost in the forest of failure, eh?
Suits me.
Because winners never accept a setback. They learn from the experience and go onwards and upwards. Now, take me, for instance. I could have been a loser. If I'd have let my difference with Kerry destroy our relationship, I would have lost a daughter and a granddaughter, but I wasn't going to let that happen. No. Took stock of the situation. I repaired the bridges, forsook my injured pride, and renewed the family bonds, and that makes me a winner.
Say so.
I do. Now look at me now. Here I am spending the evening with the most beautiful little Sky. Oh. Glad you're here. You can take the photo.
What photo?
The photo for the baby competition of Sky. I'm entering her. With her there, first prize is as good as mine.
You mean Skies?
Well, yeah, of course, Skies. I mean, I meant that.
Outside with the rabbits.
Oh, Gran.
Now, Katie, Scott's bringing his new boss home for dinner, and we don't need your furry friends underfoot.
Come on, Rupert, let's get you some lettuce, hey?
I'll see that you leave some for the salad.
Uncle Jim, would you like an espresso?
No, thank you.
He's a very handsome boy, aren't you, handsome?
Has it ever crossed your mind that Roscoe might be Rosalind?
How do you tell?
Well, that's a little complicated, but if he is a she, then that's all the more reason why we should find her another home. Otherwise, we could have a very crowded hutch.
Why?
Well, boy rabbits like girl rabbits a lot, and they get very friendly, frequently. And unless you're very careful, there can be a population explosion.
You mean Rupert and Roscoe would have lots and lots of babies?
Well, yes.
Then why didn't you just say so? Come on, Ross, I think you better sleep in Bubbles' cage today.
Something smells good out there. Why do people always have to come in at meal times?
Harold.
Oh, Mike. Oh, I must say I'm rather disappointed in you, fighting in public. Not that you weren't provoked, I suppose.
Well, it takes two to have an argument, doesn't it?
Yes.
What was it that you wanted, Harold? We were just about to have tea, mate.
Oh, well, now, I won't take long. I want to take a photo of Sky for the baby contest, and I wondered if I might borrow your camera.
Haven't you got one of your own?
Oh, yes. Madge's taking it to Brisbane. Oh, I borrowed one from a friend, but it is so complicated, it's difficult to work out how to use the thing.
Mike, there's a camera on top of the wardrobe in my bedroom. You want to grab it for me?
Sure.
Well, I'm surprised you'd think enough of baby competitions to bother entering Sky.
Well, with first prize up for grabs, why not, eh? It's a good thing you're not entering Jamie, you know. I'm afraid he'd be in for a big disappointment.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, of course.
What makes you think that Sky would have a better chance than Jamie?
Well, I mean, I don't mean to offend, or far from it. But Sky has all the Bishop good looks. No, there's no way she could lose.
In your opinion?
Yeah, well, of course, an opinion that will be vindicated when the judging takes place.
There's no way Sky would come first if I entered Jamie.
Oh, all right, then why don't you enter him? Assuming, of course, that you're not scared of losing.
Because I happen to disagree with the principle of baby competitions.
The fact of the matter is that you know that Jamie would lose.
No way, mate.
Use the camera.
Great. You can use your own. No one insults Jamie and gets away with it.
I wasn't insulting anybody. No, I just
later.
say...
Here's your hat. What's your hurry? On your horse. See you, pal. Oh, milk out. See you, pal.
Oh, well, that's Jamie taken care of. All bathed and ready for bed.
Then wake him up again. He's got a competition to enter.
Madeline Price, this is my grandmother, Mrs. Daniels.
Helen, please.
And my dad, Jim.
Hello.
Pleasure.
And the two younger members of the clan, Todd and Katie.
Hans Price. Hello.
Sit down, please. Can I offer you a glass of wine?
Oh, thank you. Can we have some Coke?
Yes, you know where it is.
There you go. Bottled sunshine.
Oh, I think I've just heard a ghost.
What'd I say?
Bottled sunshine. I haven't heard that since I was a kid. It's how my father used to describe wine.
Oh, great minds, eh?
Oh, do you mind if I smoke?
No, go ahead.
Filthy habit. Must give it up one day. After the end of my next book, which I'm coming up with my third attempt. Thanks, Scott.
I've read the truth nobody wanted to hear.
Oh, well, I approve your choice of reading matter.
No, it was well documented. Fascinating material. I was impressed.
Thank you.
So how does it feel to be a celebrity?
Oh, minor celebrity.
Not so minor once the book comes out.
Well, fingers crossed.
Scott tells us you're writing about your father.
Yes, that's right. I want to put right a wrong from a long time ago.
I remember the case. It made front-page news.
Do you recall it, Jim?
Oh, well, no, I'm afraid not. That was when I was overseas in Vietnam.
Then you wouldn't have seen any photos of Dad in the paper.
Photos? No, I'm afraid not.
But you would, Helen. It's rather uncanny, don't you think?
What?
Well, you bear a striking resemblance to my father. Jim Robinson could be Andrew Price 20 years ago.
Oh!
Yes, there is some resemblance.
Quite unnerving, actually.
Yeah, I imagine it is.
If we come across a photo at the police station, I'll grab you a copy.
Thanks, Scott. Just what I always wanted.
Madeline, I hope you like roast lamb.
Oh, it's one of my favourite meals.
Good. I'll see how it's getting along. It should be ready.
Amazing. Really. You look just like him.
Now, it's a 200-speed film, so we've got to adjust that there.
What do they mean by 200?
Well, you know, it's something to do with sensitivity to light.
Right.
Now, it says, measure distance from camera to subject. How far do you reckon that is?
What? Oh, what? 6 feet?
Righto. That's 10 metres. F11?
Oh, Beverly, why do they have to make it so complicated for it? Come on.
Oh, well, it's not once you know how. Now, listen. You take it, or do you want me to?
No, you take the photo. I'll make a smile. Come on, up we go. Whoopsie days. Come on. Now, big smile for Grandad. And the camera. Look. Look, Sky. Over there. Look.
Top up, Madeline?
Thank you. It's lovely. You obviously know something about wine.
Oh, enough to know a good drop.
I'm afraid my appreciation of wine is like my appreciation of art.
You know what you like, but you just...
Exactly.
Well, we can't all be experts. Sometimes I'd like to write.
Oh, it's not that difficult.
Says she with 2 books under her belt.
Yeah, and a third underway.
Can't wait to get started, you know, digging up clues and sussing out motivations.
Yes, and I suspect that you're going to have your work cut out.
Why do you say that?
Well, I just don't think you're going to have an easy time of it, that's all. From what I remember of the case, the evidence quite strongly indicated your father's guilt.
That so-called evidence was nothing but an orchestrated pack of lies.
You're saying that the police lied in court?
That's precisely what I'm saying. It's not exactly unknown in our precious judicial system.
Well, perhaps not, but...
People just blindly accept what they're told or what they read in the papers. They never bother to think for themselves or work out what actually happened. My father was innocent, Mrs. Daniels. I just wish to God people who are totally ignorant of the facts wouldn't blithely assume that they know everything. Because they don't.
I suspect, Scott, that working with Madeline is not going to be easy. Madeline, please wait.
Oh, no. It's best that I don't. Please tell Scott I'll speak to him in the morning. If he's still interested in the job.
Well, at least let me call you a taxi. You can't walk all the way back to the hotel.
All right. Maybe it'd be good for me to have a walk. Cool down a bit. I shouldn't have attacked Helen like that.
Well, she certainly didn't mean to offend you.
I know. I just go off the deep end whenever anyone doubts my father's innocence.
So we noticed. But Helen was being a bit insensitive, and the whole experience must have been dreadful for you.
You have absolutely no idea how bad it was.
I'd be willing to listen.
Even after my performance just now.
Especially after your performance just now.
I was in my early teens. Pretty vulnerable age for a girl when it happened. My father and I had always been very close. And I never believed for a minute that he was capable of murder. But I was in the minority.
Surely your mother...
My poor mother. She was very emotional, very highly strung. With all the accusations, the lies. In the end, I don't think she knew what to believe. When my father was finally convicted, she just fell apart. Depression, breakdowns, eventually suicide.
Oh, how awful for you.
My mum's death was the last straw for Dad. He just gave up. And in a few months, he was gone too.
Did he ever...
Tell me what happened. Of course he did. And no matter what the evidence showed, or what anyone else believes, my father was innocent. Nobody will ever convince me otherwise.
And so the book?
I built my whole career towards this book. Man of his times established me as a writer. The truth nobody wants to hear proved that I can dig out hidden facts and influence the court. I've got the credibility I need, and I'm going to use it to prove once and for all that my father was no murderer.
Well, you have the support of the Robinson clan for what it's worth.
I'd say it's worth a great deal.
Get rid of him.
All right, in a sec.
Now, Henry, it's bad enough living with a slob, but I'm not your nursemaid now. That's Bronwyn's job.
Don't start, Mike. I'll let you job me once. You can push a bloke too
Just
far.
pull your weight, Henry.
Oh, will you belt up? I'm not going to stand here and listen to some knucklehead rave on who doesn't even
Just
have...
count the both of you. But a day and a half at the bank, I've just put Jamie down. All I want is some peace and quiet in my own home. Oh, now what?
Oh, Des. The most dreadful thing has happened.
What's that, Hillary?
I was preparing for bed a little while ago when I realised it had gone. Vanished.
What vanished?
Well, one of my rings, of course. A very valuable gold and diamond ring given to me by my mother for my 16th birthday.
Well, I just failed to see what this is.
I want you to open the shop right now.
Tonight?
That ring is irreplaceable. All the years I've had it and worn it.
You just calm down now. What makes you think it's in the coffee shop?
I was there this afternoon, just on closing. Well, my hands felt dry, so I put moisturiser on them. I would have taken it off for that, so it must be there.
Did you check your motel room thoroughly?
Of course I did, Des. I am not a complete and utter fool. So if you'll just drive me down to the shop, I'll retrieve my property.
You want me to take you down there now?
Certainly. As manager of the premises, it's your responsibility.
Failed to see that, Hillary. I mean, it was your problem as soon as you took the ring off.
Are you or are you not going to open the shop?
Hillary, I've had a long, hard day.
Well, that's not my concern.
And I'm not going trekking down there at these hours of the night. If you want to look for the ring, come and check it in the morning. I'll open up.
Well, that's not good enough.
As good as it's going to get.
Well.
Don't you feel the least bit guilty? Not asking Hillary to stay here.
Oh, no.
I'm with him. Well, after all, she's settled at the hotel, so why bother with all the disruption?
Yes, I suppose you're right.
That's the last one.
Oh, shouldn't you be off? Where's Katie?
Still in the garden playing with the rabbits.
I'll collect you on your way out. Oh, there's her bag.
Okay.
And make sure that she locks the hutch before she goes.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll see ya.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
See you, Scott. See ya.
Good morning, guys.
Shouldn't you be at work?
Yeah, there's a slight problem, actually.
What's that?
Well, we're sort of stuck for office space. You see, Madeline's room at Lassiter's is like the size of a matchbox, and the Ramsay's is far too noisy with Kerry and Sky charging around, so... Well, I was just wondering
If you could work here.
Is that okay?
Helen?
Well, I can't see why not. Madeline and I sorted out our misunderstanding before she left.
Okay, it's fine with me.
No, thanks a lot. I've just got to grab some background material, then we'll be back.
Scott, hang on. I had a long talk to Madeline last night. She's virtually obsessed with proving her father's innocence. After hearing some of the things she had to say, I can well understand why, but it's a very emotional issue. Keep blood material. Agreed?
Come on, Chad, give us a look.
Nah, I haven't hardly seen it myself yet.
Hey, Bertha looks ace. You did a pretty good job.
Not too bad, eh?
Oh, get a big head, why don't you? Oh, wonderful. Just what I need.
G'day, Shazza. How's it going?
Oh, no, Bruce.
Look, when are you going to drop this dwarf and come out with me, eh?
I'd slit my wrist first.
That'd be a waste. We could have some real fun together. You know what I mean? Look, Zadro, you heard what she said, so just buzz off. You going to make me wimp?
Look, I will if I have to, but I'd rather not touch scum like you.
You'd have Buckley's, mate. Hey!
That's enough, Paige. I won't tolerate brawling on school premises. You've just earned yourself a Saturday detention.
Oh, what?
It wasn't Nick's fault, sir. Zadro started it.
Landers, you're pretty reliable. What happened?
Zadro was hassling Shaz, sir. Nick just stepped in.
That true, Zadro?
Sir, I didn't do nothing. All I did was chat her up, and he got heavy.
It sounds to me as if you provoked the argument, so you can share Paige's punishment.
I said I had attention, sir.
Yes, Zadro.
You can't do that.
Oh, and why not?
Sir, I've got the footy tryouts.
Well, it might teach you a lesson, Zadro. OK, get to class, all of you, and I don't want to hear any more about fights. Or you'll both find yourselves with more than a detention. Do I make myself clear? Come along, you lot, quickly, off to class.
I had a real chance of making that team, and you know that. And you blew it.
You blew it yourself, Zadro.
You're going to be really sorry, Paige. Do I make myself clear?
Now, tell me everything. Exactly everything you did from the last time you took off the ring until you discovered it was missing.
All right, I'll try. But we're wasting valuable time.
Oh, just give it a go.
Well, I called in to see Helen to catch up on the family news. I gave her a hand with the washing. Well, she's really not up to all that, you know. Why the family don't...
What about the laundry? Could you have taken it off?
Oh, no, of course not. I rang Helen last night and it's not there. Well, I tidied the kitchen and we chatted.
Was the ring anywhere near the sink?
Yes, of course. I always take this particular ring off when I'm going to do anything where it might get wet or dirty. It's gone down the sink. I know it has.
Don't rip out the plumbing yet. We're not sure that's where it went. What else did you do?
Oh, nothing else, Des. That's everything. Oh, no, the bushes. Helen and I were talking about Mrs. Chubb. So I decided to go over and make myself known to her. She was planting shrubs, and poor old thing down on her knees. I thought the least I could do was to lend her a hand. Well, the roots were all tangled. I had to get my hand underneath. So I took the ring off, put it on the ground beside me. Then we moved the plants, mulched, watered, and went back inside. That's where my ring is. Underneath all that mulch. I'll never get it back now.
Settle down. I think I know how to get that ring back.
Des, if only you could. I'll be terribly grateful.
Well, save your gratitude for Henry. He's the one who's going to get the ring back.
Well, you did say you had to pick up some background material.
Gran, this isn't even half it. There's more to come. You know, there's court documents, records of interviews, newspaper articles.
I hope we won't be inconveniencing you. Oh, no, of course not. As a matter of fact, I'm rather fascinated by the whole process of putting a book together.
There's a lot of hard work involved, I can tell you.
Yeah, I've got about 6 months' worth of reading in this stuff alone.
Well, I'll leave you to it. There's some cake there for morning tea. I'll be out in the garden.
Oh, please don't let us chase you out. You're welcome to stay.
I don't want to be in your way.
No, no, you won't. As a matter of fact, we could use you as a sounding board. Since this is our first day, we might as well use it outlining the story.
So tell me about the victim, Lorraine.
Lorraine Jackson. She was 18, worked for the telephone company. The police said that she was having an affair with my father. It was their contention that she wanted him to leave my mother and marry her. When he refused, she threatened to make the affair public. And supposedly, because he couldn't face the scandal, he killed her. I mean, have you ever heard anything so ridiculous? I mean, there are holes in that story you could drive a truck through. Firstly, there's Eric Conrad.
And that was Lorraine's ex-boyfriend, right?
They'd known each other since they were children. And the girl, allegedly, broke off the relationship when she met my father. Conrad was very bitter. Hung around the house, kept calling the girl, that sort of thing.
Yeah, sounds like a suspect to me.
Well, unfortunately, the police didn't see it that way. Despite evidence to the contrary, they virtually ignored him in their investigations. They preferred to blame everything on my father.
So I guess we start with Eric Conrad.
Start. And most probably end. I'm certain he killed Lorraine. And when I've proved that, my father's name will be cleared.
Where does she reckon it was?
Over there by the bushes.
All right. Sure Mrs. Chubb doesn't mind me poking around out here?
No, I think she feels a bit responsible.
And Des, I haven't used this thing for a while. Finding that gun in Mrs. Mangle's yard sort of put me off.
Yeah, well, it's all in a good cause. Listen, I'm glad I've got you alone. There's something I've been meaning to say. Things have been a bit awkward around the house lately.
Tell that to Mike. It's his fault, not mine.
Yeah, maybe, but it is his home.
Oh, and I'm just a guest, right?
No, you're welcome. Just go easy on Mike for a while, just till he sorts himself out.
Well, I hope that's soon, Des. It's getting so I'm afraid to open my mouth around him. You never know what's going to set him off. Bingo. Now all we've got to do is start digging.
Go for it.
Why me?
Bank managers don't get their hands dirty.
Wonderful.
Got it?
I think so.
Ah! Right, I'll go and ring Hillary and let her know the good news. You tidy up here, okay?
Why does it always work out like that? I do the dirty work, he gets the glory.
Excellent job.
Yeah, it didn't come up too bad.
We used to have a whole graffiti wall at my old school. You attended it. Ah, get your own guy, Vanessa. Do you want to come to the beach tomorrow?
No, I can't. I'm on detention.
What? It was Saturday.
Yeah, it's all Zadro's fault. See, Mule caught us fighting.
Yeah, that bloke's got eyes in the back of his head.
Yeah, they're always watching out for me to do something wrong. Yeah, he's got something in for me.
What you need is something to get him back on side, something positive and useful. I don't know, show him you've got school spirit somehow.
Sure, Shaz.
No, hang on, she's right.
I am?
Excuse me, sir. I've got an idea. You see that wall over there? Totally boring. I like to paint a mural on it, something with lots of colour, full of students, teachers, sports. A visual statement of Erinsborough High.
It's a big undertaking.
But I can do it. I've got experience. I mean, look at these.
They're great, sir.
Yeah, murals really cheer up the place, sir. Lots of schools have them.
Yeah.
This school's going to be spared such an eyesore. This sort of so-called art is offensive to me personally and would present a very poor image of the school. And if you think you're going to wriggle out of tomorrow's detention with these false displays of school pride, you'd better think again.
And that's just so typical.
Hey! I rang Hillary. She's on her way to collect the ring.
Oh, no worries. I'll hang around till she gets here. Could be a reward in it.
I'll leave you with it. I'm going to get back to work.
Righto. Catch you later. Oh. We got here. It's as hard as iron. Pick is what I need. The pick is what I'll get.
Henry? Henry? Oh, there you are. The ring, please.
Keep out of my way, Hillary.
What on earth are you doing?
Finding my own reward. There's gold in these here hills.
Henry, have you been drinking?
My old granddad always reckoned one of us had hit pay dirt in Ramsey Street. Used to be a creek down the back here. The old-timers found nuggets.
Ah, what arrant nonsense. Anyone can see with half an eye that the geological structures are totally...
This is going to be huge.
Well, what is it, do you think?
Gold, ma'am. Gold. Just one more good swing into the thing.
Oh, Henry! Oh, Henry, what have you... Stop it, Henry, turn it off! Oh, my friend! You run!
Well, I seem to have got this in chronological order. Now what?
Get out the phone book. I want a current address and phone number of Eric Conrad.
You'll be focusing your investigations on him.
Of course. He's the only other possible suspect. You'll be making the first contact.
And you want me to interview him?
Well, under the circumstances, I hardly think you'll want to talk to me. Don't worry, I'll coach you very carefully. Give you all the right questions to find a chink in his armour.
You sure there is one? I mean, the police would have been very thorough in their investigations, and
If they couldn't find any reason to blame...
They didn't try hard
Conrad,
enough.
well, what?
But we will. Because we know he's the murderer.
Well, that doesn't seem very objective to me.
Scott, I don't need any further opposition. Either you're with me or against me. Now, I know Conrad did it, but if you've got any doubt on that subject, I'll find another assistant.
Madeline, I am with you. This book is as important to me as it is to you.
I doubt that. Damn, I have to get another packet from the car. And while I'm gone, locate Conrad. How are you going?
No, it's okay. I'll tell you what, though. This book is turning into Madeline's personal revenge against Eric Conrad.
Just give me a hand here, will you?
Oh, really?
Come on.
Ah! Oh, you idiot! I'm covered in mud!
So I think you're giving us an all-over mud back. Oh, you'll be right.
Oh! I very nearly drowned. How could you be so careless?
Well, it wasn't exactly intentional, you know. I'll get those names.
Henry, the ring.
I did have it.
If you've lost it again, I'll murder you.
Here it is.
That was a near thing, Henry. A very near thing.
So what's with the paperwork, anyway?
Just some trust account deeds.
Ah, gonna hit Des for some bucks, are you?
Well, it's really none of your business, Henry, is it?
I'm just trying to be friendly. Should have known better. Clark Residence, Henri Ramses Begenge. Oh, g'day, Mum. How's Grandad? When? Try not to worry. I'll go straight out to the airport and catch the first plane out. Yep. Where's Bronnie?
Well, she's out with Jamie in the pusher.
Right, when she gets back, tell her I'm on my way to Brizzy.
What's happened? Is it Dan?
Yeah, he's worse. Not worse.
Paige!
Now what?
This time you've gone too far, Paige. Save the innocent look.
What have I done? Sir, I didn't do that.
That's vandalism, Paige, pure and simple. You've destroyed my car with your stupid cans of spray paint.
But, sir...
Don't try and tell me you didn't do it. Your reputation's far too widespread for that.
But Nick didn't do it, Mr. Muir. It's not his style.
Don't defend him, Sharon. I know a case of sour grapes when I have the evidence right before my eyes. I told all of you exactly what I think about this sort of thing, and I gave the boy a detention. This is obviously his idea of revenge.
Sir...
Forget about the detention, Paige. It's no longer the responsibility of this school to punish you. As of this moment, you're expelled.
Neighbors, everybody needs good neighbors. Just a friendly wave each morning helps to make a better day. Neighbors need to get to know each other. Next door is only a footstep away. Neighbors, everybody needs good neighbors with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbors should be there for one another. That's when good neighbors become good friends.
On UK Gold Now, we look back at the past week's events in Ramsay Street.
Everybody needs good neighbors with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. one another.